Thank you for listening to me, President Schlissel and Regents, and fellow alumni, and everyone else, Ann Arborites, and if anyone's from Macomb County or Detroit. I'm Mike Wrathell. I'm an attorney from Sterling Heights. I was born in Detroit. The University of Michigan is a member of the NCAA. As such, the University of Michigan can propose rule changes that affect student athletes in the NCAA from our school and elsewhere. There are some rule changes that I think should be made, and I have those proposals here. A little background on the first one. A couple years ago, there was a lady who was a field goal kicker at the University of Colorado. She was raped by a quarterback on the team. She wanted to transfer schools because it was a hostile environment at the University of Colorado after that. And she had to, of course, ask for a waiver, or else she was going to lose a year of athletic eligibility. And, so she had to basically grovel before the NCAA, say, excuse me, I was raped. Could you waive the punishment of losing a year of athletic eligibility, which is demeaning to her. The core purpose of the NCAA doesn't say anything about a woman having to demean herself, having to grovel before the NCAA because she was raped by a fellow teammate. In fact, the core purpose of the NCAA reads, our purpose is to govern competition in a fair, safe, equitable, and sportsmanlike manner, and to integrate intercollegiate athletics into higher education so that the educational experience of the student athlete is paramount. So a athlete should not have to, they should be able to transfer for any reason. What if a student athlete falls in love with someone from another college and they want to transfer schools? It's like Romeo and Juliet. College coaches should have to stay through their bowl season. You have college coaches, it's happened here in other schools, they're quitting right before the bowl game. That rule can be changed. A student athlete who decides to test the waters of a pro draft can do so and not lose scholarships, not lose athletic, not lose any eligibility, unless they hire an agent. If they hire an agent, just by the mere fact of hiring an agent, they lose all their scholarships, everything, even if they're not drafted. They can't go back to the school. That's an NCAA rule. Now, some of you are lawyers. Most of you are lawyers. That's almost like saying, well, you're guilty because you hired a lawyer. That's a rule that U of M should advocate being abrogated, right? Abrogated, eliminated. The National Day of Intent for high school students to declare should be moved further into the school year, because right now it's impacting the bowl season. You have college coaches who are quitting right before a bowl game because they want to make sure they can get the best recruits. That has nothing to do with enhancing the educational experience. That rule is ridiculous. So move that at least a month up. And I have one more proposal. It doesn't have to do with football or anything. I have 1 minute left. Wrestlers have to lose weight, right? Sometimes they have to lose 30 pounds in 24 hours, okay? That's in high school. That's in, you see that even in boxing, you see it all over. Who is going to stand up to change this rule, okay? We have wrestling in college, right? Now my idea is, why not have the average weight in the last 30 days a person has, before the meet? Because if someone has to lose an extreme amount of weight in one day, that's going to impact their health. Now we have one person on the Board of Regents who's a doctor, okay? So you took a Hippocratic oath to do no harm, okay? So I would urge you to think about this rule and to encourage the Regents to advocate the end of that rule with the NCAA. There's an annual meeting every July in Indianapolis, the NCAA meeting. You guys can propose all these rule changes.
Thank you very much.
Next July, thank you.
Thank you. I believe our next